thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now.
What's up, guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, J&O, and welcome to another episode of my team preview and review, where we look forward to Gameweek 16, which starts this weekend. Another quick turnaround. So if you are a fan of the channel and you are wanting to support me in getting this content out in such a busy Christmas period, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with FPL Today's videos. And also check out our sponsor, Fantasy Football Fix. Link is in the description down below. Here's a quick video from them. Use artificial intelligence and Optastats to build your new squad for the new season. Analyse the highest owned players and most popular starting squad currently entered into the FPL. Upload your squad at fantasyfootballfix.com now to improve your FPL performance. Click the link below or head over to fantasyfootballfix.com to get started. So let's get into the video, and yes, Game Week 15 is not over yet, so this is current predicted rank showing at 666,600, and that is with a Game Week point score of 62, no transfers were made, so no hits either, and 814 points currently in total, with Lord Lundstrom still to play, so we still have the potential for even more points in this game week. Unfortunately, the captaincy call was incorrect. I did go with the captaincy call of Jamie Vardy. His consistency was just too good to ignore, and I just felt like against a Watford side, he had the potential to be very explosive. However, Abraham and Mane both outscored him. Abraham with 12 points, getting back into the team against Aston Villa, and Mane against Everton, having what I've heard is a great game. I've not seen it yet, but apparently he was spraying passes around like he was Kevin De Bruyne, and managed to also get a goal. Trent getting an assist for that goal, but only getting 3 points. Everton did manage to break that Liverpool defence that just doesn't seem to be keeping clean sheets this year. And Sionchu also getting a clean sheet. Rico getting a clean sheet despite the fact Bournemouth did lose 1-0 to Crystal Palace, and getting bonus points on top of it, 9 points. He was actually my third highest scoring player, and I did start him, so that is not me getting lucky. I just had a feeling that Palace, Bournemouth, right now, they're not the most explosive sides. They're not scoring the most amount of goals, so I thought there could be some points there. Hopeful for some big points from Lundstrom. A lot of people asked about Pope, why I've kept him in the side. I just don't think I'm going to be changing goalkeeper over the season unless I'm confident I don't have a transfer to use somewhere else. And I still feel like there are moves I can make with the rest of my side that are more important than trying to get the right keeper at the right time. That being said, I would look at Gator and also Henderson if you were looking for a cheap goalkeeper instead of the likes of Pope. But I'm probably going to stick with Pope season long and not worry about that position for the foreseeable future anyway. As far as the bench goes, unfortunately there was a mistake made here because I put Aurier as second substitute, so there's no chance of him coming in. Barnes will come in if Lundstrom doesn't play. I didn't fancy Spurs to keep a clean sheet, which I was correct with because they did concede 2 goals. Marcus Rashford looking on form. However, he did get an assist for the goal to Dele Alli, who again also is looking very good. Aurier looks like a very good attacking wing back or right back in this Spurs side, and when they actually attack, he is the one that's given the license to run forward, as whoever is on the right of the pitch in Mourinho's formation does kind of cut inside, and he is one of the 5 attacking players Spurs have when they are trying to score, whereas the left back generally seems to be tasked with staying back with the 5 defensive players in the attacking transition for Spurs. So Aurier looks like a great pick. While I didn't see a clean sheet here, potentially I could have risked him for the attacking return, a bit like Trent, because I didn't think Liverpool would keep a clean sheet. I could have potentially gone 5 at the back with 3 in midfield, but mistakes made. I'll learn from it. Aurier is a great attacking outlet currently in that Spurs side, although that could of course change. Mourinho's only just recently come in and it's starting to have an effect on that side. If he continues to have the same effect as he currently is having though, I'm quite happy I brought Aurier in at his price because I think he could see a big rise in value in the FPL game. So we look at next game week, game week 16, and the team lines up as this so far. We've got Pope against Tottenham away. Again, not a great fixture for Pope. The swing is against Pope as far as fixtures are concerned. But Pope is someone that can keep a clean sheet, can get lots of save points. So I'm just going to leave him there for now because I feel like I could potentially make moves elsewhere. We have back four again, Lord Lundstrom against Norwich away. Hopeful for some clean sheet points there or a goal. He is one of the most attacking defenders I've ever seen in the FPL game, considering he is just a light box-to-box midfielder who is trying to get into that box and score those goals. We've got Sionchu against Aston Villa away. Aston Villa seem like a side that can score against good opposition, so I'm not too confident of a clean sheet here. We have Trent against Bournemouth away. Bournemouth look very weak on the attack recently, so hopefully Trent will get some clean sheet points here. He was substituted off. Hopefully that means his minutes were managed. He is close to getting suspended though, so there is the worry of that. And then Aurier against Burnley at home. He has to stay in there with the way Spurs are currently playing. It is home against Burnley. And that is why Son also currently has my vice-captaincy armband against Burnley at home. I kind of wish I'd taken the punt on Ali. It could be short-sighted to be thinking that way already, but Ali just looks very good with Mourinho having come in. And Mourinho seems keen to get the best out of Dele Alli. And if that is the case, then Dele Alli could be a focal point in that Spurs side and is potentially cheaper than Heung-Min Son. So just feels like a sideways transfer if I made that move right now. Not enough data to really compare. Son hasn't looked terrible, just Dele Alli has looked very good. We've got Sadio Mane against Bournemouth away. Again, Mane looked amazing from what I've heard against Everton. So he is someone that I have hope for with points. Pulisic, 2 game weeks in, Everton away next. He has looked good. He has had chances. He's just not converted in 2 game weeks that I've owned him, which is slightly annoying. Kevin De Bruyne, he's just looked good. Even though people are starting to worry about him, he's not getting that many returns. I feel like I need a Man City midfielder still in that side, even if their fixtures aren't that great. However, if he isn't returning, the lure of the likes of Bernardo Silva and David Silva becomes stronger. And David Silva is doing very, very well this season. And generally, I feel like he's never been that consistent a point scorer, but this year he seems to be proving me wrong. So that would be a quick way to make a bit of money to spend elsewhere if I did want to move towards some players that right now are outside of my price range. So that is tempting, but I think I'll probably stick with De Bruyne for a couple more game weeks at least. And then up front, we've got Abraham back from injury, did get some good returns in the midweek fixture against Aston Villa. However, he apparently limped off before the game was over. So Everton away next is a fixture I'd want Abraham for, but we'll have to wait and see what is said in the press conferences. And then Jamie Vardy, Aston Villa away. He's got my captaincy armband. Aston Villa concede goals. Jamie Vardy is usually involved when Leicester City score. He's now on 7 consecutive games where he's scored a goal. So he's trying to chase down his own record. And Jamie Vardy just, with that consistency, seems like the most sensible option for me to have the captaincy armband on. As for the bench, we have Barnes as the first substitute with Aston Villa away, Connolly with Wolves at home as the second substitute, and Rico with Liverpool at home as the third substitute. Did get me 9 points in the previous game week, but I just don't think Bournemouth are going to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. It seems very unlikely to me. As for transfers I'm considering, we look at the fixture list. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to collate the stats as far as who has performed well and who I'm looking to transfer in, but this is also from Fantasy Football Fix. A look at the fixtures and who has good attacking fixtures coming up for their side. Crystal Palace are rated top there. There's been lots of talk about Crystal Palace options, but I just don't feel confident enough in that Crystal Palace side to really put my money where my mouth is concerning them. Aston Villa is kind of one I'm waiting for. Leicester City next, not too keen on. Sheffield United, again, not too keen on. But then Southampton and Norwich from game week 18 onwards, I want to get involved in that with Watford and Burnley afterwards. Aston Villa is definitely a move I'm going to go towards. Maybe I'm just waiting for too long because, again, they did score a goal against Chelsea and they seem to be able to get points against good opposition. We have Spurs there as well. I've already got Son and Aurier, so I'm not really looking there. And then Chelsea, Pulisic and Abraham, I'm happy to keep for Everton and Bournemouth. It is a bit of a sticky situation in game week 18 with so many big sides having tough fixtures. But then Southampton after that means probably the likes of Abraham and Pulisic will stay. Then we've got Newcastle, Burnley and Sheffield United. Sheffield United, Norwich and Aston Villa in the next 2. Brighton, Hove Albion, Watford. Those are 4 nice fixtures, and if Mousset does well on Thursday night, then Mousset is definitely someone that could come in. Might mean 2 transfers to be made, but Mousset in my side would make me feel a little better. Add him alongside Lord Lundstrom. And Burnley, I do like the Burnley side. There's something about that side that I do get drawn towards, and the likes of McNeil and the likes of their strikers Wood and Barnes will interest me in that period. But right now, Sheffield United and Mousset look like the side I want to move towards. As far as Southampton are concerned, it's not too bad there. Newcastle, West Ham, Aston Villa in the next 3. Ings and Ward-Prowse looking very good. So there's potential once I've looked at the stats for me to go there as well. But right now I'd say Sheffield United are the side I'm being drawn towards. And then Aston Villa are the side that I see myself bringing in players for in a couple of game weeks. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed it, again, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell. All of those things seriously help me out, and your help and support is always massively appreciated. Big shout out to our sponsors, Fantasy Football Fix, and also Fan Team. As you can see on the screen right now, they have a World Championship of Fantasy Football in 2019, where €2 can be turned into €30. Now, it's an expensive entry price for that competition if you want to enter directly, but there are satellite competitions for €2 up where you can qualify for this competition to win yourself some big money playing fantasy football just after Christmas. So go check that out. Link is also in the description. I've been JNO. This has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.